Hello and welcome to another video. This video is a little bit different because it's 5 years of YouTube, and this particular video is where it all began over at Malham. It started going out with a good friend, Stephen McNally, going to a place I'd never been before, heard lots about, and photographing the Lone Tree and Gordle Scar, not very successfully, may I add. This video wasn't going to go out, so it's in true style that I returned to a place that I struggled with 5 years ago. Someone who was very, very new to YouTube and landscape photography. My return in this video was just as tough, but armed with 5 years of knowledge, I think we might have just pulled out a video for you this week. So I thought I'd bring you here and let you know what's going on. What's going on is I'm filling space, aren't I? I'm doing a YouTube to camera back in the studio. As you can see, in the 5 years a lot's changed. Back to the early videos, if I did put myself in the room or talk about anything I was doing, it certainly didn't look like this. So as you can see, here's the setup. Here is where I record the podcast. Here is where I spend the majority of my time, because making these videos takes time. Making the podcasts takes time. I've had 3 or 4 weeks off, but I've had a chat, a talk, a let's create talk with a few people in that time, just to keep it going, so I know when I come back next week with a new podcast, we've got some more exciting talks to listen to. Thank you also to everyone that's come from YouTube or just joined me from recommendations or finding me through the podcast sphere. I can't thank you enough. Any road, enough for me here. Let's jump in the field and let's see what happens there. I've done the images. Stick around till the end. So there. The starting point of today's walk, and who knows where we will end up, but I'm thinking we're looking for some ornate, unique, beautiful, either singular or a group of copse of trees today. We may even find ourselves in a bit of woodland. So let's get some breakfast on, cup of tea, off we go. Let's do it! Sight, sound and vision. 5 years ago, I started a YouTube channel. Sounds like a confession, doesn't it? And on them 5 years, I've been quite a few places, but we're here today at a location where it all began. Not quite the same, because as I said this morning, we're looking for a few unique trees, but you can't help but be in awe of the sights in front of me of Malham Cove. And here we are, back in the place where it all began 5 years ago this year. And I've got to say, it's one of the best things I ever did. It's hard work, the editing, the time taken to make something that's I like to think of a decent quality. And from that first video, daringly link above, or link in the description of that first Malham video with a good friend who got me going really. And we did quite a few. I've not seen him for a while and I do need to touch base Shoot me. Shoot me for that. Well, we're back and we're right in front of the Malham Cove, and I've got to say it's imposing, it's awe-inspiring. But it's the trees today, as we've said, the characters, the individuality of the trees that I'm looking for. And oh my God, this is so idyllic. And the trees are everywhere here. I could spend a day just shooting these gnarly oaks, and I think they're black oaks, some of them. Really interesting characters. The leading lines on this shot here, we've got these foreground rocks that have been scarred and eaten away, and then the river leading us up to the cove. But I've not focused on the cove. I've gone for these two beautiful trees, moss covered and twirling and gnarly, and the light of the cove behind it. I'm no geologist, but could you imagine the water that would be pouring over that thousands and thousands of years ago? There's a real sense of place here, a real sense of history. But those two trees now on the left third, look at them, what a pair, beautiful characterful shapes just leaning in and out, and I love this foreground. Anyone that's got short legs, like me, coming down that is always a challenge. I'm 6 foot tall with 2 foot legs. I'm all body and no lengthy legs. Lengthy legs.
What's ET short for? He's got little
legs. I am ET. That should be my nickname. Don't. See there. Here we go. Heading into the dry valley after my short little legs. ET body getting over that wall. And this is some leading line, isn't it? Look at that taking us in. I've just been saying about taking a path going the other way to the road. Not this way, which I believe is the right. Can you hear that echo? Ah, the hills of life. The sound of music. Nice. Quite a surprise this. I've wanted to come to the dry valley and get a particular shot. We've missed it. But as I've been told, pointed out, I'm looking for characters in singular or a copse of trees. There's a few dick-shaped rocks, but we're running out of trees. Don't tell him, he can't hear me, but he was right if it come this way. Shh, don't say out, I'll never hear at last. It's a rugged path though. It was nice and smooth, that one, but look at this, what a valley. What a valley, this is tremendous. Possibly no shots, nothing to photograph, but beautiful. I love this big outcrop here. And over there, we've got some giant bulls. Evil laugh here. So they just walk round the corner, and this whole valley's like summer. It's definitely like something out of Lord of the Rings, and there's orcs lurking in that cave. Look at that. No, I know you're saying, get in the cave and have a look, but I'm saying, no. There's definitely hawks around here. See, here's one with a dog. This is the Valley of the Hawks. Tremendous. I've not done much jangling today because it's quite a walk, this, actually. Circular, yeah. It is where it all began. January 2018, as I've said. Right, I best go because it's getting slippy. And I've got legs like E.T. I think we've got a few shots today. Quite happy with a couple in my memory. But we're heading over to these trees now, that come up just from the tarn. And if I remember rightly, I think there was a couple of compositions and characterful trees to look at. So when we get over there, we'll have a chat. And then, yeah, the story is almost complete. The story of the unique trees, the story of a place that's very much bleak and quite cold today, but a lovely fresh way to spend the day walk. And I hope you've enjoyed it so far and stick around for the images at the end. Right, let's go and see what characters we can find. Can you believe I've done this twice? You can, can't you? Oh, listen. Cut. Car. Off! After the Lone Tree debacle, which you've just seen a little clip of it, I recorded at 3x zoom. Proper professional. You can see my nose hairs. There, did you see that clip then? It was like something from Fight Club, you know, where he flicks the little, just a little subliminal message. Well, there, you've just had a bit of my nose there. Anyway, we've come to the end. After some trepidation and me short legs today, looking for characterful trees, ended up with short stumps a bit stuck outside of a hillside. Honestly, heart rate at 160. Not again. No, that's me done with steep stuff. There's a van coming, for fuck's sake. So if you like what you've seen, hit subscribe, and if you want to see more, hit the notification bell. And well, from 2018 to 2023, this is the end. 5 years of YouTube are culminated. Is that even a word?
No, yeah, it's right, yeah. Well, I've culminated.
I culminated. No. Sake. Cut.
Culminated, yeah.
I culminated.
Yeah, culminating.
Brought together.
Yeah.
Do I keep all this in? You're not seeing it, but there's about 20 cut takes to this video where I'm absolutely f***ing it up. So there's only one thing left to say, and that's...
Professional.
Cut that. Don't put that in. There's only one thing left to say, and that's... Cine! Nearly took me 5 years to finish this.